Welcome to Highcats Leadership 360. This is your friend Daniel Kwame welcoming you on behalf of the Highcat team and the Highcat community. If this is your first time connecting with us, please subscribe to our channel, Daniel Pobi on YouTube. Click also on that bell icon so you receive notifications when our videos are up. Yes, this is where we discuss all things leadership, personal development, growth mindset, and how we position ourselves to occupy the space that we're supposed to occupy. And it's my honor and my joy to welcome you to this episode. In this episode, we are looking at developing a personal strategic plan. Developing a personal strategic plan. This is very, very critical at this time of the year. We're preparing ourselves for the year that is ahead, and this is the moment where you want to put everything together and position yourself so you can make the best of the year that is ahead and that which is coming. I want to begin this sharing this discussion with you with some quotes. The first one is attributed to the legendary Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein says that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. One author, one American author also had this to say. Alan Lincoln says that planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. Planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. So you're planning for the future, but you bring the future back, you bring it back to the present, and then you begin to do something about the future that is ahead, which you have brought into the present. And I also want to refer to what the Holy Scriptures say in Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. For lack of knowledge, my people perish. For lack of knowledge, my people perish. And that is Proverbs chapter 29, the verse number 18. Now, the previous episode, we looked at goal setting, vision, and goal setting. And I just want to remind you of some of the things that we said as a beginning or a base for what we are going to discuss in this episode. And if you missed that session, that episode on vision and goal setting, you want to go look for that in that YouTube channel and just suck everything out of that episode and let it be a blessing to your life. So one of the things that we said is that everyone in this world is a goal setter. Everyone, in one way or the other, is setting goals. I am setting goals. You are also setting goals. All of us are setting goals one way or the other. We also mentioned that failing to plan is planning to fail. And many of us, we just fail to do the things that we are supposed to do to bring us forward to where it is that we want to be. Even the man that is failing is setting goals. The difference is that the person is setting goals that cause the person to fail. Every one of us is a goal setter, and not achieving what we desire does not mean that we are not setting goals and that we are not setting targets for our lives. The fact that we are not getting what we desire, it's not the absence of goals. It only means the absence of the right goals. The fact that you are not setting the right goals, and it's critical that you take note of that. Now, we talked about the fact that many of us, we are searching for vision for our lives. We want to know, what should I do? What should I be doing? What should I set ahead of me as a target, as a goal, something to achieve and something to do with my life? And I want to remind you that there is a place, or there are places that you need to search for so you can get the vision for your life. It allows you to own whatever vision that you have for your life. The first one is for you to look within. Look inside you. What do you feel? What do you feel inside you? There are things that you get angry at. There are things that you are not comfortable at. There are things that unsettle you. It comes with a certain emotion. So look within you and find out, what do you feel about the things around you? Are you okay with the situation insofar as this area of your life is concerned? This aspect of your life, are you comfortable with your profession, your growth, your professional growth? Are you satisfied with your career choice and options? Are you satisfied with your relationship, with your family life? Are you satisfied with what you are doing, your finances? Are you satisfied? Look within you. What do you feel? That is the first thing. The second one is for you to look around you. Okay, look around you and find out, what is it that you see about others. Some of the things that you see about others will be an indication to you, sometimes some of the things to do, and in other times some of the things to avoid. If someone succeed, you learn from that person. You look around you and find out, what is happening to the people around me? What is that speaking and what is that telling me? Then you look behind you and find out, what can you learn from your past? What can you learn from your past experiences? By your past experiences, you want to find out, what are the things that you should be avoiding in the future that is ahead of you, and what are the things that you should carry on along with you in that future that is ahead of you. These are things. First one, you look within you. What do you feel? Second one, you look around you. What is happening to others around you? Third one, I said, you also want to look behind you and find out, what lessons can you pick from your past experiences. Number four, you look above you and you want to ask yourself, what does God expect of you? What does God expect of me? Look above you. There is someone, the grand overall designer of all things, and you want to find out, what does God expect of you? It helps to carve out a vision for your life. Number five, look ahead of you. What is the big picture? Look ahead of you. What is the big picture? What do you see? The next 20 years, the next 30 years, the next 50 years. Who do you want to look like? How do you want to look like? What do you want to do with your life? These are ways that you get vision for your life. These are things that allow you to be able to identify, what should I set ahead of me? And there are some guiding questions that we shared in the last episode that I just want to remind you of them. Number one is, where are you now in your life, in your career, in your relationship, in your finances, in your health? Where are you now? When you want to set a goal in any of these areas, you first want to find out, where are you now? And number two, guiding question, where do you want to be and by when? Where do you want to be and by what time? By when do you want to get to that place that you want to be? Guiding question number three, why do you want to be there? What is the reason? What is the motivation for wanting to be there? Sometimes that is what will push you. That is what will give you the passion to drive and to continue the things that you are doing. Number four, guiding question is to find out, how will you get there? What are the steps? What do you need to do? What do you need to carry along with you? What are the things that you need to let go? What are the associations and the linkages that you're supposed to have? What are the alliances that you need to establish? How will you get there? That is one critical question that you need to answer for yourself, so far as vision, goals, and attainment of these things are concerned. Number five, critical question that you should guide yourself by, why must I do something about that now? All right. Why must I do something about it now? Why not wait next year? Why not wait 5 years? Answering this question will help push you to do the things that you are supposed to do. Now, these are guiding questions. In this episode, we are considering developing a personal strategic plan. Now, in the business world, you know that strategic management involves a definition of what a company's mission is. What are the the vision or the medium term objectives or long term objectives that the organization has set for itself? What are the broad strategies that will help the organization to achieve whatever long term objectives that the organization has set for itself? And then how do you manage change? How do you go about managing the change such that what you want to see and what you are driving at is achieved, and it's achieved very well? This is how the business world sees it. But what is interesting is that long before the business world came our days, the Bible had already spoken about it. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18, I referenced that at the beginning, that without a vision, without a goal, a people perish. If you don't have anywhere you are going, you begin to die. You begin to perish. You begin to go extinct. So that is why goals and targets and objectives, long-term ones, are very, very important in any individual's life. So it is known that people who are mission driven or people who are vision driven are able to achieve at least twice what their counterparts are able to accomplish. Those who don't have vision or mission for their lives, they are not able to achieve that. Those who have that are able to achieve at least twice what their counterparts are able to achieve in life. Luke chapter 14, reading from verse 28 to 30 in the Bible, gives us an indication. Jesus is advising his followers to plan ahead and said that anyone going to battle, anyone that is interested in building a house, must first find out whether he has enough resources to put that project together. If not, people will look at you and mock at you. So planning, strategic planning started way back. Scripture is talking about it. You need to plan. You need to set in place certain steps and directions that you're going to take in order to get you where it is that you are heading. All right. So now, if you are interested, I just want to ask you. You've been listening to me and to the team for some time now. If there are some topics particularly that you are interested in that you want us to discuss, put that in the comment or chat, and let's begin to discuss them. One of the friends that listened to the episode on vision and goal setting, I was making reference to my building and the goal that I have set, target that I have set for myself, that I'm not going to rent for more than 5 years. And he was asking me, so how did I go about it? Now that gives me an idea that some people are interested in this aspect. If you are interested in any of such aspects, just send me that message or put that in the chat. Our team will pick it up, we'll put together a teaching, and then we'll have a discussion. But in order to give direction to your life, in order to give direction to my life, we need to put together a strategic plan. Personal strategic plan. You need strategic planning for your own life. You need a certain strategic framework for personal living. How are you going to live your life? How is your life going to turn out to be? And that is what you need to begin to put yourself together. Because look, desires are not goals. To make your desires goals, you must put them together on paper and state them in a smart form. Let it be in a smart form that you can be specific about it, that you can measure it, that it's something that is attainable, that it's something that is measurable, that is something that is also relevant to you, and it is time bound. Let it be something that is smart. And friends, in this episode, we are talking about developing a personal strategic plan, developing a personal strategic, and that is what we are discussing. And there are some things that are critical, some factors that you must make available when you are putting this together. And don't stretch your imagination too far. It doesn't have to be a volume. You can just have one pager of a strategic plan for your own life. It's personal. No one is going to mark it. No one is going to critique it. No, you are not sending it to any examiner to mark it for you and rate it. No, it is critical that you put this together. And these are the things that you should have. Number one, a personal mission statement. Personal mission statement. Number two, you need a vision for your life. What is your vision? Number three, what are the roles that you play? So you may be a man, you are a husband, you are also a father. These are different roles. You are also a brother. Okay, that's another role that you play. You are also a son, you are a friend, a professional, you belong to some association, you are an executive somewhere. These are different roles that you play, but you want to find the critical of those roles. You want to identify them and see what are the goals and the targets that you need to set. Number four, you're looking at your values. What is your value system? What are the things that you hold dear? What are those things that help keep your life in check and in balance? Number five, you're looking at the goals, the goals in the various areas of your life and how you are going to set them. And then number six, you're looking at implementation. Implementation. So as you set this framework for your life, it becomes your personal strategic plan. But you also need a monitoring system. How are you going to monitor yourself? Are you going to get an accountability partner? What are the key performance indicators? What are the things that will show you that this thing has been achieved? So let me cite an example. Let's take these different areas. So for instance, you have the financial aspect of your life, your physical or your health aspect of your life, your relationship or family life. You also have your spiritual life, your social life, your vocational or professional life. These are different areas that you require to set goals and plan for. So you choose, for instance, the financial area of your life. What are the goals that you are going to set? Are you going to increase your income? Are you going to get another source of income in the year that is coming? Are you going to get multiple sources of income? What is the goal? So you set goals for your finances. Now, then the next one is to look at objectives and targets specific. So if you want to increase your income, to what level? How much do you want to earn? 1,000 cedis a month, or $1,000 a month, or $5,000 a month, or 10,000 Ghana cedis a month? What is that specific target that you want to set for yourself? The next block you want to look at under your financial, the time frame within which you want to get that. By what time? At the end of 2022, at the end of 2025, or what is the time frame that you want to set to achieve what it is that you want to achieve? The next area is to look at strategies. What are the strategies that you will put in place to get you there? So are you going to apply for jobs? Are you going to attend interviews? Are you going to write proposals? Are you going to begin to do online virtual business? What are the areas that you want to add to this goal that you are setting for your finances? So that is how you go about it. So the mission is at the top there. The next one is your vision, and then the next one is your values, and then your roles at the top. Those ones stand out. Then the different areas, you set the goals, the objectives, the time frame, the strategies, and then the last but not the least, the attitudes, the knowledge, the habits, the actions, and the sacrifices that will be required. Because you want to do this, are you going to work extra hours? Because you want to achieve this level of income, are you going to reduce your sleeping time? Because you want to achieve this, what exercises are you going to do? How many hours are you going to read in a day? These are some of those attitudes and habits and actions that you want to identify that going forward to meet this strategy of my life, personal strategic plan. I'm going to do A, B, C, D, and I'm going to get myself moving in the direction where I want to be. So strategies are the means to achieving your goals. These are how you get yourself to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. So if you, for instance, take for an example, you want to be a millionaire by 60 or a billionaire by 60 years, you start from now and determine that because of where I want to get to, maybe I'm going to put down 500 Ghana cedis or 1,000 Ghana cedis every month, or I'm going to put down $1,000 every month, considering maybe just around interest rate of maybe 10%, and because of that, I will need to set aside 1,000 every month so that compounding interest will come in, and by 60 years I'm going to be that millionaire. So you will need a combination. It's going to be a combination of savings, a combination of investments, occasional lump sums, maybe 13th month or so will fall on your lap. How do you use that money? So these are some of the things that you combine. Maybe there are promotions, or you get a raise of salary, and etc., etc. So you look at all these things, you put them together, and it is towards strategizing for achieving your objective or your goal of being a millionaire, a billionaire by the age of 60. So these are things that will help you. Take, for instance, if you want to improve on your marriage, there are some strategies that will be required, like spending additional time together as a couple. You need to strategize. How are you going to make that time? How are you going to create that time for you to spend together, meeting each other's needs? What are the needs of your spouse? And how do you meet those needs? If you want a better and improved marriage, these are areas: scripture reading, praying together, doing spiritual exercises together. These are things that you put in place so your marriage becomes the marriage that you want to see. Now, strategies are supposed to be developed for each goal. Each goal that you set, with all the different areas that we just mentioned: your health, your vocation, your profession, your finances, your marriage, your family life, these, your social life, all these, you set goals, and for each of those goals, you want to identify what are the strategies that you need to get yourself there. So what are we saying? That your personal strategic plan should include your mission, your vision. It should include your goals. It should include your strategies, the actions, and how these will be monitored. How will they be monitored? And please be cognizant of the fact that it must be action oriented. It is something that you are going to do to get yourself where it is that you want to be. Friends, we are talking that we need to plan, we need to strategize, we need to set goals for ourselves. You don't get where you want to get to just by being there. Okay, life must be lived, calculated. You must plan and strategize. Very soon, I'm going to pick certain areas of my life and the planning and how things have turned out in those areas. But I'm sure you have your own examples and your own testimonies. And let this spur you on that there are other areas of your life that need some attention so that the wheel of your life will be balanced, so that the wheel of your life can move smoothly and you can enjoy the life that you want to enjoy. So, friends, to summarize and conclude on our conversation in this episode, I'm saying that it is known that people who are mission driven or vision driven, they achieve at least twice as much as their counterparts will do. In their lifetime, they are able to do that. Now, strategies are a means to achieving the goals that we set for ourselves. And to get us there, we need a personal strategic plan. And we are saying your personal strategic plan should include your mission, your vision. It should include your goals. It should include the strategies and actions that you need to achieve them, and then how you are going to monitor them as you go about achieving them. I believe this has been worth your while. I believe you've picked a thing or two out of this episode. Please be generous, share with your friends. Let this reach out, invite people to also listen in and help them develop that personal strategic plan for their life. We will catch you in the next episode. We are preparing ourselves for a mega event on the 1st of January, and you want to watch this space. You will hear from us very soon as we interview one of the illustrious sons of the land, and then get ourselves to bless ourselves and get ourselves inspired to do more as he shares with us his experience on his leadership journey. Please watch this space. We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care of yourself and be safe. Bye bye.